What's up, everybody? Brett Mix here for you with Macho Wrestling 101. We're doing another SummerSlam review today. As always, hit like and subscribe if you like my channel. We're doing the SummerSlam 2012, August 19th, 2012, from the LA Staples Center, the fourth straight SummerSlam to happen from this venue. We open it up with Dolph Ziggler with Vickie Guerrero. He takes on Chris Jericho. And this is the third year in 4 where Dolph Ziggler started SummerSlam. So his I Am Perfection must just... I can't imagine attending every SummerSlam 3 out of 4 years in the same venue and having that music go off right when the show opens. It must have been like Groundhog Day for everybody in attendance. Not that that's a bad thing, though, because old Dolph can wrestle. Him and Jericho put together a real back-and-forth seesaw matchup here. A lot of Let's Go Ziggler chants, a lot of Let's Go Jericho chants, even though Ziggler was the heel. Jericho looked like the old Jericho in this match. Hurricane Rana from the top rope, going back to his Lionheart Chris Jericho days. No, he fit the bill. I thought it was a great match. I thought it was 4 stars. There was a lot of counters in the end. Ziggler hit the zigzag. Jericho kicked out at 2. Jericho hit a code breaker out of nowhere. Ziggler rolled out of the ring, and then Vickie grabbed Jericho's leg. Ziggler got an inside cradle, but then another near fall. Ziggler charged the corner. Jericho moved him out and put him in the walls of Jericho and bent his back backwards, but ended up getting the victory to Chris Jericho. So I rate the opener 4 stars. It's one of the better openers in SummerSlam history. Dolph also had a 4-star match with Rey Mysterio, if we're remembering, in 2009 from this very venue. They kicked off SummerSlam. So a couple of 4-star Dolph Ziggler openers in LA's SummerSlam history. This main event of the show would be Brock and Triple H, just for reference. And there would be a triple threat match later in the show between Cena, Big Show, and CM Punk. But next up, we have Daniel Bryan versus Kane. We already know about the Hell No. Bryan was a heel of this team. Hell No, I'm referring to Bryan and Kane. This point, he was yelling no to the fans who were chanting yes to mock Bryan. Kane was still wearing a mask at this point. Bryan used his speed against Kane's power game. Kane worked this match the same way he worked versus Rey. He targets the back and the legs, taking out the small man's vertical base and taking out a lot of his offense since it comes with the kicks. Kane just worked his power style and ended up going for a tombstone piledriver at 8:02, but was countered by Bryan's inside cradle victory. This was a pretty standard match. I give it 2.5 stars. Wasn't anything special, but at the same time, it wasn't bad by any means either. Next up, we got the Intercontinental title on the line. The Miz defending against Rey Mysterio. This should be a good match. Mysterio was dressed in Batman attire. 2012, as I believe The Dark Knight Rises came out that summer. The reason I remember that was because of the unfortunate James Holmes tragedy. And that happened in July of 2012. So this is August 2012. So The Dark Knight Rises was big at the time. Mysterio also came out as the Joker, I believe, or Joker attire. The WrestleMania after The Dark Knight, so he's a big Christopher Nolan fan, I guess. This match had a lot of back and forth action as well. A lot of Rey Mysterio matches do, but Miz countered some cool moves here. He leaped off the top with a head scissors to Miz, led to 619. Mysterio did the moved off the top. And Mysterio countered the skull-crushing finale into an awesome roll-through that earned him a 2 count. That was an awesome near fall. Mysterio charged. Miz moved out of the way. Mysterio hit the turnbuckle, and Miz then hit a skull-crushing finale for the victory at 9:09. And that's how the Miz retained the IC title. Told a good story. It was about 10 minutes long. 9:09, that's a pretty good time. This match went back and forth, and Mysterio, with his high-flying offense, worked against Miz's basic offense. I thought it was good chemistry, good contrast in styles. So, 2.5 stars for that match. But next up, we had the World Heavyweight Championship on the line between Alberto Del Rio and Sheamus. Sheamus was the face world champion coming into this match, while Del Rio was the heel challenger. Del Rio hit a running enziguri for 2. Sheamus countered it. Sheamus hit Del Rio with his shoe. Sheamus, who throws a shoe, honestly? Sheamus hit the Irish Curse backbreaker after that. He covered Del Rio, put his leg on the ropes to do that. Sheamus knocked the leg off the ropes when the ref counted the pinfall. The match went 11-22 as Sheamus got the victory. So Sheamus, the winner here. I give this Sheamus match. I was debating giving it 2.5 stars, but I think I give it 3 stars. It was pretty good. Sheamus defended the world title against Del Rio in clean fashion after his foot went off the ropes. So clean finish. You got to give it the higher rating. It's 3 stars for this one. Tag team title match: R-Truth and Kofi Kingston versus Primetime Players. Kofi and R-Truth, sort of a thrown together tag team here. 2 African American versus 2 African American. Well, Kofi's Jamaican, but I thought it seemed that way at first until I remember Kofi's Jamaican, or that might just be his gimmick. I'm not really sure. But what I am sure is this match was pretty average. Decent match. R-Truth got the hot tag as we all expected. He cleared the house and he went for the finish on Titus O'Neil. He got a roll up for 2. He fought out of it and hit his little Jimmy finisher for the win at 7:06. He fought out of Titus's comeback, and he ended up getting the victory for him and R-Truth, retaining the titles. Give it 2 stars. It was just seemed like a Raw match. Next up, we had CM Punk versus John Cena versus The Big Show. Punk's WWE title reign has 434 days up to this point. He was the champion that was face, that would slowly turn heel. Remember when he hit The Rock with the clothesline on the Raw 1000 before this? John Cena was the face. Big Show was the heel. A lot of this triple threat match consisted of the Big Show beating up John Cena and beating up CM Punk both. A lot of offense from the Big Show. This match was stopped as Chad Patton, what happened was Punk hit Show with the Kofi clutch and Cena put Show in the STF. Back when both of them decided to team against the Giant, that's a good strategy. Even though Cena and Punk never got along, they decided to team up against the Big Show. And when the Big Show was down, Cena hit the STF and Punk hit the Koji clutch. And both men thought they won. Chad Patton rang the bell, but AJ Lee showed up, and this is the 13-minute mark of the show. AJ Lee said, restart the match. Cena and Punk were shocked. They turned around and Show hit a chokeslam on Punk and Cena at the same time. Each guy kicked out of the chokeslam, but shortly thereafter, Cena hit an attitude adjustment on the Big Show. Punk shoved Cena out of the ring, and then Punk pinned Big Show after Cena's attitude adjustment. So Punk cashing in on Cena's offense and knowing how to win the 3-way was CM Punk after watching Cena lift all 500 pounds up of the Big Show, planting him on the canvas floor, shoving Cena outside of the ring, and then getting the STF, or not the STF, the victory. And it ended up being the Big Show that went to sleep at 12:34. So it was just around the 13-minute mark when AJ Lee stopped the match. The finish happened within a minute or so after that. I'll give this match 3 stars and a quarter. Like I said, it was the Big Show that dominated most of it. CM Punk and John Cena could have kayfabe teamed up on the Big Show, but their personalities contrasted in a big different way. So they didn't want to do that. Their egos were too big. So the Big Show dominated until he didn't. Until he had that double submission put on. And then until Cena hit an attitude adjustment after his double chokeslam didn't work. Next up, we got the main event, Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman versus Triple H. This match, there's no disqualification and no countout. Basically, a war out there. Lesnar worked more of an MMA style in this match. He was fresh coming off UFC, so That makes sense. He dressed the part in the MMA part, the shorts. So he dressed the part with his gloves, and yeah, this matchup was highly anticipated. Triple H was past his prime, but at the same time, Brock Lesnar was still in his, and Triple H wasn't too far off. And when it came push to shove, Triple H could still work a match. This match had slower moments, but at the same time, both men hit a lot of power moves. Triple H went for the pedigree, but Lesnar countered out of that and hit an F5. Hunter countered that into a pedigree, and then Lesnar kicked out at 2. Lesnar regained control after a blatant low blow, and Scott Armstrong, the referee, couldn't do anything about it since it was no DQ. Lesnar slapped on the Kimura lock on the left arm of Triple H, but Triple H got to the ropes, but that didn't matter with no DQ. Triple H fought off the punches, the ribs to the Lesnar, and then another pedigree. He took a few seconds to cover him, so Lesnar snapped on the Kimura lock out of desperation. Triple H tried to fight it, but he couldn't at 18:45, and the winner and victorious is Triple H. Winner and victorious, is Brock Lesnar to Triple H. Triple H taps out is what I meant to say. This match I give 4 stars. I love the main event. It wasn't a classic or anything, but I thought it was better than my expectations because Triple H is past his prime, and these two never really had the best chemistry. So it passed my expectations anyway, and I thought it was a good little no DQ match. They didn't work very hard on the no DQ. It just seemed like two veterans that wanted to beat the hell out of each other. And Brock Lesnar's toughness was really what was put over here after kicking out of the pedigree twice and being able to lock on the Kimura lock. His offense to Triple H's shoulder was a big story in the match as he ultimately got the Kimura lock for the victory. Since this show had 2 4-star matches, the opener was Ziggler and the match with The Miz and Rey Mysterio was a good one, but the match between Jericho and Ziggler being 4 stars, and then Lesnar Triple H being 4 stars, I have to give the pay-per-view a 6 out of 10 just for those 3 matches alone. I think 6 is fair. But other than those 3 matches, there basically wasn't really much else. But it was a straightforward pay-per-view. And that's it for SummerSlam 2012. 6 out of 10. So we'll see you hopefully back for the more SummerSlam reviews. I'm Brett Mix. Thanks for watching. Hit like and subscribe. And I'm out.